to work weekends down on the same floor of KWKH, but I was a little too wild in those days, and they put me on the rock station, which was K-Rock. But Norm was there, and Frank Page was there, and actually Frank was the guy that got me my first weekend job. And then I later went over to KWKH. But this young man right here, I think you were probably there for every Louisiana Hayride performance, or dang near it, weren't you?
Not all of them, but quite a few.
Tell us a little bit about what it was like back then, standing in the wings at the Municipal Auditorium and seeing folks like Hank and all of them. I mean, 26, 27 members of the Country Music Hall of Fame that got started on the Louisiana Hayride, from Kitty Wells and Johnny Wright to Johnny Cash to Hank Williams, and on and on and on. How was it?
Well, it was quite interesting. But the thing that, people ask me, well, were you there when Elvis was there? Yes, I was. I was there when Johnny Cash was there. But then, they were just another old cat. And we didn't know they were going to be famous stars and carry on such as they did. So, but I saw lots of them come and go. As a matter of fact, most of the big stars that came on the Louisiana Hayride, I was there as an announcer along with Frank Page and Horace Logan. There were some other MCs before I was there and came during while I was there. But anyway, I was there for the biggest part of the time.
Tell us, do you have any special remembrances of Hank?
Yes, I do. I want to tell this story because it's quite interesting. The Louisiana Hayride back in those days, of course, was at the Municipal Auditorium. And about 5 or 6 times during the year, the Hayride had to move out because it was preempted by some things that had happened for years and years and had the auditorium booked at that time. So anyway, what the Hayride would do would move out and do a show somewhere else. This particular time, the Hayride was going out of town, and they rented this big bus, and pulled up, of course, and Hank and all the rest of the guys, the musicians and those other people on the show were there, took off for this particular site. I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly where it was. But anyway, when we got started, Hank pulled out his guitar and his chords, and he said, I've been kicking a thing around in my mind. And he said, I want to see what you think about it and all this. So he picked a little bit on the song and sang a little bit of it. I asked what people thought of it. Finally, to make a long story short, he finished the song, and before they got to the destination, everybody was singing on the bus. I saw the light written on the bus. Hank was something else. A great songwriter, a great singer. So many of his songs were recorded by pop stars and things, and he was really a great man. He was missed. He would have been a superstar if he was alive. That's it, Ken.
That's it. Norm Bales. He truly was there when it all happened. It's great to see you, Norm. And good to see you doing so well. You don't look at 10 years older than you were when I met you, and that was 35 years ago. What are you doing? What's your secret?
I don't know, living right.
Oh, okay.
Good living.
He's not going to tell us.
And also, Norm, stay right here because we have a story to tell about your partner on the Hayride, Frank Page. And And who is there? Ken, introduce that young man. Y'all will remember him too from KWKH.
Well, I don't know what to say about this guy right here. I mean, I don't even know what to say about him. His name is Tom Pace. He's one of my dear friends, but I just don't even know what to say about him. He's just everywhere all the time. Tom Pace.
You know, I tell you what, I don't know what to say about you, Shotgun, but you're always where the music is, and your son is going to leave a legacy that will go down in music history. I can just say Kenny Wayne is doing a great job. I want you to know.
Yes.
Talk
about Frank Page and what you've done.
Well, here's the deal. I got called by Dan Garner. Dan said, Tom, can you get Frank Page to come out? Because Frank was the one that actually introduced Elvis that first night, October 16, 1954, on the stage at Louisiana Hayride. And I called him up. I said, Frank, can you come? Tom, I'd love to do it, but Tom, I'm just got a hitch in my get-along. And if you know Frank, he's what, 6'9", 7 foot, he's tall. And so I said, but Frank, they're expecting you to be here. Tom, you know I love you like a son, but I can't do it. But, he said, I'll write a letter to Hank in heaven, and you can read it to him. I said, okay, I'll do that. So I went by his house just the other day, and he had printed it out. I'll just pick it up here. It looks like parchment paper, but it was an old notebook. It's actually just an old notebook that he wrote it in block letters so that I could see it, because as you get older, you know. So this is Frank Page's letter to Hank in heaven. It's titled A Letter to Hank Williams in Heaven, from Frank Page. Dear Hank, I know you're doing just great. I wanted to let you know you're getting more attention now than you ever did when you were here. There is even a movie called The Last Ride, and I saw a picture in the paper of the actor who's playing you, and you don't have a thing to worry about. I still get goosebumps when I hear your recording of I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Page 2. I still remember those long talks we had every morning while you were warming up for your show, your live show on KWKH. I remember those long bus rides down to Brownwood and Harlingen, Texas. You might want to look up Jim Reeves, Elvis, and form a trio. You could sing How Great Thou Art for the big guy and probably score some brownie points. And just think, if you were still down here, you're 1 year older than me, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Page 3. See you soon, I hope. P.S. I'm glad your back doesn't hurt anymore. Love, Frank Page, October 16th, 2011.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Norm. How precious is that?